What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to your $15,000 EIDL grant and 24 months of working capital update for Tuesday, August the 10th, 2021. Please do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL with your comments below. And don't forget, I'm fighting like hell on your behalf on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, username SmallBizInc. Yes, the name of the website that I am in fact going to launch in August to help grow your small biz. Ladies and gentlemen, the bill just passes the Senate. $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. It's now on its way over to the House, where Nancy Pelosi says, nah, I don't think so. Unless I get $3.5 trillion of the reconciliation budget passed at the same time, it's going absolutely nowhere. So ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I find the events of the last 24 hours to be somewhat amusing. As I just said, we had the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill officially pass the Senate. It's on its way over to the House. And you may have seen Schumer and Durbin saying, okay, now we turn our attention to the $3.5 trillion reconciliation budget, which will not require, assuming it passes, a single Republican vote. So put your arms around this one. The $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill was 2,700 pages. $3.5 trillion, this thing's going to have to be the size of 5,000 to 10,000 pages. And Schumer indicated a few hours ago it hasn't even been written yet. So we are looking, in my opinion, and I believe builders in the same camp as I am, somewhere between 6 and as many as 8 weeks before it gets through both houses and gets a John Hancock from President Biden. So we're talking most likely somewhere around the end of September, 1st of October, because Nancy Pelosi loves drama. And she's retiring, don't forget, folks. Normally in the second year of a new term, the House gets smoked. It happened to Obama, it happened to Trump, it's about to happen to Biden in a very big way. So she's riding off into the sunset. You can bet your ass if this is going to be her final hurrah, which would ultimately be one of the biggest, if not the biggest bill ever to pass the House and or the Senate, she's going to make it worth her while. She's going to jack up the ratings. She's going to hold Schumer and the Republicans hostage for as long as she can to get as much as she can. So all I ask you, Crazy Nancy, is this. Slide in $48 billion for the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. How about some new PPP for smaller small businesses? I don't know, say 50 employees or less. I'll even let you go down to 10. I know some of you are going to be squawking about that, but slide some new PPP in there. And yes, I want $15 billion for the S513 that Jackie Rosen and John Cornyn have totally turned their back on. Ladies and gentlemen, and speaking of turning their back, did you see? John Cornyn voted no, which was not expected. So this is the same motherfucker. Get your arms around this one. Co-sponsor of S513, the EIDL Small Business Act. They reintroduced it in March. Neither Rosen or Cornyn has said a single word for 5 months. And we pretty much know why, because John Cornyn led the amendment crusade to gut the Eidl program of $31 billion. $17.5 billion out of the targeted Eidl advance, which again is going to go on for at least another 6 or 8 weeks, along with a supplemental, and about $13.5 billion from the Eidl loan pile. And then the same guy who guts the Eidl program and the fucking bill that just passed votes no. So think about how much of a scumbag move that is. He removes all the money that we need to get everybody 10 grand regardless of size, location, or credit score, or at a minimum, more low-income folks that have suffered a legitimate 30 to 50% plus economic loss. He pulls out all the money, guts the entire program, and then instead of voting yes, he votes no, citing some bullshit CBO report that is going to project deficits 5 or 10 years from now. I can't stand John Cornyn at the moment. I used to think he was somebody, but now he's one of the biggest dirtbags in all of the entire Senate. So if you live in the state of Texas and you happen to be a Dallas Cowboy fan like myself, please do me a favor this time next year. Vote that motherfucker out of office because he's no friend of us. And speaking of no friend, did you watch? You may have seen Speak and See, another great video where he had a 15-minute clip or thereabouts on Big Ben Cardin, giving you what I call fake outrage, right? You talk about a passionless, bullshit, fucking plea for $48 billion. Again, this is the same guy who supported gutting the Eidl program of $31 billion, removing your chance, especially if you're in middle or high like myself, of ever getting 10 grand. But he's standing on the floor trying to put together an articulate argument of why the restaurants, which rightly so, was underfunded and they need another $48 billion, but there was no passion there. There was no real outrage. There was no fucking fight whatsoever. And Rand Paul comes along and says, I don't think so. But, and I'm going to keep this video short today, what you have to remember is this. It's going to take many, many weeks to get through the House because Nancy wants $3.5 trillion. And as I've been saying now for months, for them to slide $48 billion, how about another $50 billion of PPP and $15 billion so we can fund the regular Eidl grant going back to the CARES Act? What is that, a total of, I don't know, let's call it $100 billion. There's still $230 billion plus of Eidl money there. So give some to the restaurants. How about some for PPP? And the rest of it can go after we fund the $10,000, regardless of size, location, or credit score. The rest, I don't know, $130 billion plus can go to $2 million loan caps, which has to be any day now. And everybody gets a chance at 24 months of working capital. So I'm not going to hold you any longer. Hopefully this gets me a few thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL. Tell me how you're doing in the comments below. And until next time, we shall keep fighting another day. And wow, under 7 minutes. Always remember, I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching.